So in this exercise, we'll create an Amazon machine image for a Red Hat Enterprise Linux RHEL 8 using Packer. So we will use after that we can use this AMI to deploy our custom AWS EC2 instances. That means we are actually creating our own images. Let's see how much we'll get success in this. Okay, so let me write the prerequisites for this. For that I will take a sticky note. Yeah, here it is. uh, Go up, prereqs. So prereqs, what to create our own custom Amazon machine images with Packer. So we will need, the first thing is Packer. Packer should be installed in your machine. So I have installed the Packer in Windows machine. That's okay. Then after that you require AWS IAM user account with with access key. That's user credential, basically user creds. That is access key and then secret key. And what else is required? I think this is more than enough. So we have our Packer ready. So let me clear the screen and let me show you Packer. So Packer I have installed it in our previous session. So kindly watch that session before you start working on this uh, practical demonstration. So my it's very simple. You just use Choco install Packer. So mine is it's there, so I don't need to install it again. So my Packer is ready. So let me do the underline. So then I just cross that. Now let's work on AWS IAM user account. So let me get into my Amazon. Yeah, this is my Amazon, and then I'll click on IAM service. Yeah, it's taking some time. So now we will be taken to IAM. So I'll click on users. We have two users. This Terra admin is the one that I have created. This user I have specifically created for the purpose of Terraform demonstration. So the purpose remains same. So that's why I don't and now I don't want to create one more user. So if you have any doubt on this, you just go back to the Terraform module and you watch there how to create a user. Okay, so I'll use this user. I'll click on this user. So I have two access keys, but I do not know where it is. So what I will do is I'll create a new access key. For that I'll click on security credentials, and then let me come down, scroll down a bit down. So here you see access keys. At this moment it has two access keys. So I have two access keys, so I cannot create one more access key. Or else what I can do is I can delete one access key. So I'll delete this access key. I'll deactivate it. Yeah, okay, okay. How can I have this? Yeah, just a minute. AKIA 23 EQPP G4 TIJZ 7 GMG. Yes, hope I should be able to create new access key. Yes, I can create new access key. Let me click on this. I'll select this command line interface option, and I understand the above recommendation and want to proceed with uh, create an access. That's absolutely fine. I'll click on next. Yes, description I want to give is this key is for um, Terra, sorry, Terra admin, and then this this access key is we are working for the Packer, so I'll put Packer. So Terra admin Packer RHEL. This is what we're going to create. So create this access key. So it's ready. Now let me download this access key. Here you can find that. You click on download. So go to this and cut it and bring it into your folder. So before that, let me create a folder for this exercise specifically. So new, and the folder name I'm gonna give is rel AMI JSON Packer JSON exercise. Yes, let me enter, let me paste it here. Okay, so our first exercise, the first task, yes, so user crates is also ready for us. Access key, so all these things are ready. So then once this is ready, so then the third step that we are going to do is creating a variable file, variable template. Then after that variable template, we have to create the main template, JSON main template, Packer JSON Packer main template. Then after that, in this template we have to add provisioner section also, that's important. And then you have to add one more thing, that is AMI ID, and then provisioner section. So then after that, so once all done, so then you can execute, or it's better to say build the AMI, and then validating the AMI creation. So these are the steps that we are going to do. So till now we have done with there's many steps. So while we are writing a variable template, so that time you have to copy the creds to the variable template. Okay, so let's create our variable template now. So let me get into this folder. So here I'm gonna open with code. Yeah, so we have only one file at this moment. So now I'm going to, so our AWS credentials is done. Now we are going to create our variable file. So but what we do is, before we create the variable file, so I have to bring the various Amazon machines that belongs to the region that I want to see. Okay, let me get into this place here. So first one is done. Now list the AMS, that part I'm missing. Yeah, so here 3 list the AMS, so this will do, and then consequently we'll do the further steps, 5 and then 6 and then 7. Okay, so let's list the images. So let me get into the Amazon and then take the piece of code that I have used, it's too big, and then copy it Again, I'll bring up an EC2 Amazon Cloud Shell, that's AWS Cloud Shell. So I'm in North Virginia region. So here I'm going to paste this code. So what it says is so the AMI ID is required to launch an EC2 instance. So that's the reason we want to fetch that AMI ID using this piece of code. So to obtain the Red Hat Enterprise Linux AMI's list, so we have just opened our AWS console, and then in that AWS console we have opened the cloud shell, and then in that we have to copy this piece of we will paste this piece of code. So and then what it says, Amazon EC2 instance, and then describe the images that this owner consists of, and then query, and then it will bring all the images in a table format. Let's wait, it takes some time. Yes, it is. We got the Amazon images. So these are the description of the image here at the center, and then this is the time, and then here you have the AMI IDs. Okay, so we got this. So we have successfully done it. So after that, we are going to copy one of the AMI ID to put into our Packer template. Okay, so this step is also done. So let me, okay, the list, the AMIs has been crossed down. Okay, so now the next thing is to create the variable template. So here we are going to create the variable template. So this is the place we are going to create the variable templates. So I'll create a new file called variables.json file, and then now, so for what? To keep the values of AWS credentials and other variables such as AWS region, the EC2 instance type, the subnet ID, and the new AMI. So all this information we are going to put here. So let me paste it here. So now I have to customize this file. So I need to get AWS secret key and AWS access key and region, and then AMI name, instance type, and then subnet ID. So let me open the Excel sheet that I have downloaded, the credentials. Let me open this. Yeah, and then make it bigger. Yes, this is the access key ID for us. Let us copy this and then get into this. So here I'm gonna paste it, AWS access key. Okay, yes. Now we require AWS secret key. So let me copy from here and then paste it here. This is our AWS secret key. So now let's decide which region you want to go. I'll just check. Wait a minute. It's here. So EC2 instance. So I'll get into the, okay, this time I'm going to go with, okay, I have done some exercises in North Virginia, so I will go with the US West one, North California. This time I'll go with the North California. Okay, so there are no AMIs here that basically custom made, or the AMIs that I have made. That's the reason. So at this moment there are no AMIs. We will build the AMI and we'll see. Okay, so now we are in North California. It's US West. You can see this, or I'll get into instances so that you can clearly see. Okay, so it's US West 1. So I'll copy this from here and then we'll paste it in our code. So I'm going to use US West 1. Yes, this is done. So now AMI name I want to give is rel 8. So Charan AMI. I have created this. I say Charan AMI. And then T2 micro is absolutely fine. Then subnet ID. I have to give the subnet ID. So now I am in US West 1. So US West 1. to get it, I'll go to the global view, EC2 global view. No, it's not required. I can get it here also. Okay, so I'm in North California, so I'll click on any instance or launch instance. So here is the AMI. I'll find the, yeah, VPCs here. Let me click on edit settings, and okay, I'm supposed to get it. AMI, that's okay. That's fine. We'll get into the EC2 and then global view. Global view, that would be better. Yes. No, even in the previous yeah, dashboard, this is what I want actually. This dashboard view, EC2 dashboard view, this is what I want. So now this is in North California, US West one. So I'll click on, you can see US West, North California. This is our VPC. I'll go to this VPC. Yeah, it's taking some time because network here is pretty slow. Okay, so now we are in, okay, this is Amazon EC2 US West 1, and then let's click on subnets that belongs to US West 1. So US West 1 consists of only two subnets, that is US West 1C and US West 1A. I'm going to select the top one, so US West 1C, and I'm gonna copy the subnet ID of US West 1C, and then I'll put it in our, yes, our subnet ID is ready. So by and large, our variables.json file is absolutely ready. So now it's time to jump into creating the Packer template file. Okay. So let us, so we have created a new file called variable.json. So now we are gonna create a new file called rel8.json. So basically this is rel 8, and then I'll say packer, and then it's a JSON type, so I'll name it as a JSON type. So rel 8 JSON packer, and then I'm gonna build the, so now we can create the AMI using a hardcode ID or source AMI filter. So we will go with the hardcode ID. In spite of going through the source filter, mentioning the virtualization and all kind of things, we'll just simply give the AMI ID. That would be easier. Okay, the hardcore image ID is recommended when we want to lock the AMI ID for all deployment to specific AMI version. But the source AMI filter is recommended when we want to build an AMI using latest version of the operating system. And at this moment, this is just for demonstration. I'm not worried about all those things, latest version and the old version. So I will go with the hard code, yeah, image ID. Okay. So let me let me add the code now. So this section, this is the total section. Ours is, it consists of two sections, builder section and then provisioner section. So if you remember this exercise, you see the previous exercise with the Azure variables, and then variables, builder section and provisioning section. This is what our mainly packer template. Okay, so that's what we have put the same here. This is our builders section. In that, the type is Amazon EBS, that's default, we'll put it. And then access key has been basically referenced through variable, so you don't need to touch the access key and secret key because we have put it in variables.json file. You don't need to touch it. And then a region also, the name of that variable is AWS region. You just check it, it's AWS region. So it's been referenced using a variables, you don't need to touch it. And even subnet ID is also been referenced using the variable, so you can see that it's subnet ID. So now EC2 instance type. So here the source AMI, that's what I'm saying. What will we do? So you have two options. One to go with the hard coded source AMI, other one is to do the filtered source AMI. So we will go with the hard coded source AMI. For that, I will get into the uh, EC2 instance of this one. Okay, I'm in this VPC cloud. So so this is not California. So EC2 instance, this is US West one, correct? Now launch an instance, and let me take an instance. I'll take rel. Here it is. Okay, so this is the AMI ID I want. I'll just copy this. Okay, just a minute. uh, either ARM or 86. I will go with the X86. I'll copy this and then I will put it here. So AMI source AMI, this is the source hard coded AMI. So then instance username, I will give EC2 Charan. Then SSH timeout 60 minutes, that's more than enough. Then AMI name, we will get into the variable file, and AMI name is the one Charan rel 8 Charan AMI. So that's how we have added. So builders section has been completed with all the information: type, access key, secret key, region, subnet ID, instance type, source AMI, SSH username, and timeout, and AMI. So now let's work on. After this, we are going to look into provisioners section. So the provisioners use built-in and third-party software to install and configure the machine image after booting. So provisioners prepare the system for use. So common use cases for provisioners, basically mainly it's used for the installing packages in that machine, and patching the kernel, or creating users, or downloading the application code, or deploying the overall application. So this kind of activities that we do using either third party or using any provisioner. So packers include several provisioners such as shell executed on the remote machine, and then shell local executed on the local machine, Ansible local, Ansible remote. These are some of the examples. So in this example, in this practical demonstration, we use a shell provisioner in our packer template that you can see here. So I have used the type shell provisioner. So the shell provisioner runs commands on the uh, that Red Hat Enterprise Linux machine. So in this case, we execute the pwd command. That's it. I just want to get the present working directory where it will land up. Obviously, it will do SSH through EC2 Charan user. So that means it should be in the home directory of EC2 Charan user. What is the home directory of EC2 Charan user? It's /home /EC2 Charan. Let's see what's going to happen. This is our validation point. Okay, fantastic. So now our file is ready. Our template is ready. So let me save this template. Our variables.json file is ready, and then access is also ready. Let me cross check what all things we have done so far. So variable template is done. Copy the creds to the variable template is done. JSON packer template, AMI ID provisioners also had been added. The AMI ID is hard coded source, hard coded source name. That name ID we have given, and then provisioners is also done. So let me cross it, and then now it's time to build the AMI. Okay, for that, what I will do is, in this directory, I'm gonna open git bash. Let me zoom it. So let me check. Packer is available. Yes, absolutely, packer is available. And let me check the packer version. Yes, packer version is also there. So now let's build it. So give packer build and then a variable name, because we have used the variable. So let's integrate that variable with the packer template, that variable template with the packer template. So var and then hyphen file, a long option we have used, equal to variables dot json. Okay, variables dot json. And then what's the template name? Our rel8 packer.json. So let us execute and see what is going to happen. Amazon EBS output will be in this color. That's okay. The first activity, Amazon EBS pre-validating any provided VPC information. It's pre-validating the virtual private cloud information, and then pre-validating the AMI name. So AMI name we have given is rel8 Charan AMI. Then it found the image ID that we have mentioned. Fantastic, superb. So this is the image ID. So it has found. Now it's creating temporary key pair. Obviously it's not permanent because it's just an image. Right? And after that it's going to close the mission that it has created. And then creating temporary security group for this instance. So this the temporary security group ID is this. Then after that, now it's trying to access the machine in the EC2 instance that it has created the, uh, through port 22 and from 0.0.0.0 forward slash 0. This forward slash 0 is it is CRDA, and then this one is the IP. So if you have no clue what I'm talking about, you just go to my networking module and see I have explained very clearly. Then so this is now it's trying to authorize from this port using this IP and using the temporary security groups that we have mentioned on top. So now it is launching. The next step is it's launching the AWS instance, the instance ID. That means it has been launched. AWS, congrats, the AWS instance has been launched. So with an instance ID, the instance ID is this. So now it's waiting for instance to become ready. So it takes some time to do all the settings inside that. Once instance is ready, then it's using SSH communicator to connect. This is the IP. So 54, it's public IP. If it is 170 and around, it's a private IP. So using the public IP, it is connecting with that machine. Now it is waiting for SSH to become available. So again, so thus far, validating the VPC is done, then pre-validating the AMI name is done, then it has selected the AMI ID, then after that it has created temporary key pair and then temporary security group, then authorized, then it has authorized that machine using port 22, then it has launched the AWS instance, then instance ID, and then it's waiting for the then finally using SSH, it's communicating, it's connecting with that machine. So after that, the provisioner comes into the picture and it has to do its activity. So let's see. Let's wait for system to respond. So I'm not going to do anything more. I don't want to disrupt that. Let it happen. Of course, it's taking more time. I don't. This time it's taking more time. Yep, it's connected. Uh, waiting for the SSH to become available, and then our user EC2 user has been connected to the SSH. So now the next thing is provisioning. So till that this piece of code is done, the builder's code is done, it's been executed. Now after that, after once it is connected to SSH, then the shell has come into the action. Then the shell, what it has done, in this location the shell was there, this is the shell it's been used, and we have asked what did we ask to do. we asked we asked to execute pwd command. So pwd command has been executed and it has given this address. So this is forward slash home forward slash ec2 user. So what this is what I have told you in initial stage of my video, that it should land up because it's going to access that ec2 instance using the user. So this user ec2 user, that means it has to land up, the present working directory should be home directory of the ec2 user. That's what it's been proven. So the point has been validated properly. So now once the activity has been executed, once the command has been executed, now it's time to stop the source instance. Then the instance has been stopped. Now it's waiting for the instance to stop. So now it's creating the AMI, Amazon machine image. The name that we have given is rel 18 Charan AMI. So let me take you there. Variables dot. So this is the name that we have given. Yeah. And then so now it's creating that from this instance. Now AMI, with this AMI ID has been created. Now it's waiting for AMI to become ready completely. So now skipping enable AMI deprecation. Okay. So it's skipping the deprecation, AMI deprecation. Okay, that's anyway not that important. Now it is terminating the source AWS instance where uh, 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 so it's like a temporary instance has been launched, and it has created that AMI. Now it has to terminate that instance because the whole purpose of this activity is to create an AMI. Once the AMI has been created, now there is no point of keeping that instance. So that's when the instance has been terminated. Now it's cleaning up any extra volumes. Now no volumes to clean up, skipping. So everything is done, deleting the temporary security group, deleting the temporary key pair. So to build this, it took almost 3 minutes 20 seconds. It's huge time, in fact. So for the whole process, it took 3 minutes 20 seconds. Now wait, complete. Okay, that's fine. So build finished. The artifacts of successful builds are, so if you remember in our initial stage of this module, this part of module, we have discussed the terminology of a packer. In that we said artifact. This is what the artifact is. So Amazon EBS AMIs were created with US West 1 and then with this ID. Let's get into the AWS console and we will check whether it is available or not. So this is our, we are in North California, that is US West 1 zone. So let's click on AMIs and see what's going to happen. I'm just curious to know whether we'll, yes, that's it. Congrats. Here is rel 8 Charan AMI. The AMI has been created. Now it's all up to you. So even you can create your, so even you can create your own AMI. And this AMI, so if I want to launch an EC2 instance, I can use this AMI ID and then I can launch an my customized EC2 instance. Let me do a bit of modification and let me create one more AMI. So here, so rest all is fine. Okay, it's not much to do. Variable, yep, everything fine. So there is nothing much to do any modifications. Yep, all done. So if I create one more time, it's going to create one more EC2 instance. So that's how it actually works. So we have successfully built an Amazon machine image, our own Amazon machine image. So congratulations whoever is following this, and if you are able to also create this, it's a big congrats for all of you guys because you have made it. Now you have created your own Amazon machine image. So before we wrap up this demonstration, I would like you to take you through the uh, documentation of JSON templates. So you just come here, you see this URL, and then just click on JSON template overview. Of course, we have done all this. So JSON template structure consists of these most important topics: builders, and then post processors, provisioners, and then variables. So we have used variable template, builders, and then provisioners. So example, let's take, so if you take one example of that they have mentioned is AWS. This is our, basically this is our inspiration to make that file. Okay, from here only we have taken the inspiration. You see, type Amazon access key. Instead of directly giving access key here, what I did is I have created a variable template and then I have referenced it, and rest all it's normal. So same thing we have used. Source AMI, you can directly mention the AMI, and then provisioners shell and then script. In spite of that, I have just put the pwd one thing, or else you can directly put a shell script where you want to deploy an application, so it will execute that and it will deploy that. So you can create a AMI where you can deploy the application directly. So it's all fun, it's brilliant. So now you can go to the builders section. So here you will find all the rules and how to define and how to build the builders, and how to and you can look into the communicators also. So here it's a detailed communicators template. And then engine. So then from engine, here you will find a ways, like the syntax of templates uses the conventions, like if you want to attach a variables, so this kind of information you can get it from here. So then you have a post processors after the work. If you want to attach any other tools such as a Vagrant or any other tool, so that can be attached using the post processors. Okay. So then we have a provisioner. So we have used the provisioner section anyway, so that we have used, there are different types of provisioners, but we use the shell type of provisioners like this. Okay. So and then user variables, that's it. So if you want to do more, so you get into the external plugins and you get into this guide of Packer. So here you can see all, you will get the templates for all. So Alibaba Cloud, Anka, Ansible, Amazon EC2, and then Azure, Chef, Cloud Stack coverage, Git, Google Cloud Platform, GCP, everything by and large, everything you'll get, even Vagrant, VMware. So if you click on Amazon EC2 instance, so there you will find so let me click on different uh, examples. So how to get the EBS, how to make EBS volume instance, and if you click on Azure, so you can get into that Azure ARM. For example, you want to create an ARM, so like Azure Resource Machine image. So you'll just, it will give you the complete information and how to create, and then it also give you the snippets in JSON format as well as HCL. Anyway, we are going to look into HCL. As of now, we haven't seen how HCL looks like, so that's why I'm not talking about HCL here. So the JSON format, you can see this is how you will create your ARM. So and then, so that's how. So you have a lot of examples here, a lot of example. If you want to become an expert of Packer, you just go through it, and it comes it is useful, very useful for us. It's pretty useful for us.